And the match is underway. Bell rings. No disqualification in this matchup. No countout. You win via pinfall or submission. McIntyre claims innocence. Says he is not involved in the attack on Fatu. In fact, he pointed the finger at Jimmy Uso.
It may not be a popular point of view, but thus far we have no evidence, Cole, that Drew McIntyre had anything to do with Jacob Fatu's attack. Suspicion? Sure. Motive? Absolutely. But until there is evidence, we cannot say that Drew McIntyre is guilty.
Well, circumstantial evidence, perhaps. Drew McIntyre making no bones about being upstaged by Jacob Fatu a number of weeks ago. Jimmy Uso, who's had an emotional week, dealing with the issues with his brother. Main event, Jey Uso. You saw what happened on Raw Monday night, Corey, when Jey Uso eliminated his own brother Jimmy from the Battle Royal to earn the opportunity at Punk in the World Championship next Saturday night.
Jimmy Uso understandably seeing red recently. He's got a lot on his mind here in WWE. His wife Naomi, of course, expecting a child at home. The weight of that can weigh on a man's shoulders in a way that, unless you've experienced, you may not know. There's a lot happening in the mind of Jimmy Uso right now.
A lot happening in the mind of Drew McIntyre. Of course, Cody Rhodes, as he tries to finally beat Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title next Saturday night at Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre, the propaganda machine, Corey, has been in full force, calling Rhodes a fraud, a cheap way out, a coward.
Listen, it's a war of words, but how about what's being said about Drew McIntyre? McIntyre's being accused of a backstage assault of one of our top superstars, yet Drew barely gets a chance to defend himself.
Oh, and a big forearm to the face.
Guilty until proven innocent in Drew McIntyre's case.
Oh, I mean, some people are drawing conclusions.
Others
have had an open mind.
Listen, it's a matter of perspective. Is there a lot of truth in everything Drew McIntyre says? Yes, which is why it stings so badly to those who don't want to hear it.
McIntyre thrust right to the throat of Jimmy Uso, and Drew now, I think he said enough was enough. Hey, McIntyre came out here tonight to confront Rhodes, and Jimmy Uso attacked him. This started off a powder keg of an evening here on SmackDown.
Take a scenic tour of the Mullet Arena here in Tempe. Big Jim and the Scottish Warrior throwing down in our main event on SmackDown, and McIntyre went to the eyes.
Yeah, right to the eyes. Remember, no countouts, no disqualifications. These guys can fight all over Tempe.
And it was Jimmy Uso who pleaded with General Manager Nick Aldis to give him a fight. Jimmy Uso had no interest in a wrestling match tonight. This is about brutality. This is about settling a score.
Jimmy Uso showing a lot of the traits, Corey, that his brother Jey showed over the years, of loyalty to family, hence the sticking up for Jacob Fatu here. But Jey Uso, is he throwing a lot of that away in order to try to become world champ again?
You have to evolve in your career. Yes, the loyalty has gotten them so far, but Jey Uso, much like we talked about Solo Sikoa earlier tonight, Jey Uso spent a significant amount of time as the right-hand man of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. So Jey simply is following the playbook that was written by Roman Reigns. Maybe Jimmy should do something similar.
Well, Jimmy Uso taking matters into his own hands here tonight and going to give the WWE fans what they want, and that's some tables.
I think it's less about what the fans want, more about what Big Jim wants to do to the Scottish Warrior.
McIntyre, no disqualification.
Notice Drew McIntyre is favoring his ribs due to the damage inflicted by Jimmy Uso. You've got to wonder, just 8 days out from Saturday night's main event, what sort of physical condition will Drew be in?
Oh, and God. McIntyre driven out of the ring. Uh-oh, Jimmy Uso now. Running the barricade. Oh, caught by McIntyre. And a belly-to-belly by the Scottish Warrior.
You can almost hear all the air leaving Jimmy Uso's body upon impact. As Big Jim gasps, trying to recapture his breath, trying to fight through the pain, trying to find his way back into this fight. Drew McIntyre, relentless as always. Into the cover, hooks the leg.
Using the ropes for leverage, which is legal because there are no disqualifications.
Oh, no! Just don't do that, man!
McIntyre finding a moment of respite on the outside.
And now McIntyre making his way over toward the timekeeper's area. Steel chair in hand, and McIntyre, look at the intensity of the Scottish Warrior.
It is all perfectly legal. Look out, Jim!
Oh, right to the ribs of Jimmy Uso. And now crushing the chair across the spine. And Jimmy collapsing to the mat in pain. And a big smile on the face of McIntyre. You gotta wonder if maybe he used a steel chair in the attack of Jacob Fatu last week.
Would you stop accusing Drew McIntyre when you don't have any facts, Cole?
There's a possibility, what I meant to say. Now Jimmy Uso in deep trouble. He's out of it. He's pounded face first off the chair.
Keep accusing McIntyre of things. I'm gonna tell the world about your secret poker games.
I never win.
You chose this.
Jimmy!
I'm innocent.
What do, man?
You chose this.
McIntyre reminding Jimmy Uso, Corey, that Jimmy brought this upon himself. He brought the fight to McIntyre.
And again, Cole, you don't have to agree with Drew McIntyre, but that is the fact of the matter. Big Jim went to Nick Aldis and said, I don't want a wrestling match, I want to fight. Be careful what you wish for.
Oh no, looking for a Claymore with Jimmy in the chair. And McIntyre, though, drop toe hold, face first off the chair, and Jimmy's got a chance.
This is where Big Jim needs to dig deep to find out what he's made of, to remember who he is. A WrestleMania main eventer, half of one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history.
An 8-time tag team champion. Jimmy Uso trying to blaze his own trail in WWE. Big kick to the midsection of McIntyre. Jimmy's fired up now. Right hand by Jimmy. And Big Jim looking for a Samoan drop, and Drew McIntyre runs into that uppercut. And Jimmy now, top rope, Uso in the wind. Down goes McIntyre. Cover by Big Jim. And a kick out by the Scottish Warrior. So close for Jimmy Uso.
Remember, turnabout is fair play. It's all legal for Big Jim, too.
Oh, and the chair to the back of McIntyre. And now Jimmy Uso unloading. Weeks of pent-up frustration. And Jimmy gonna set up the table.
Big Jim with the Slim Jim.
Nice. Dragging McIntyre back to his feet. McIntyre, though, kick to the midsection. Future shock. And just like that, McIntyre floors Jimmy Uso into the cover to put him away, and a kick out. And a kip up by the 6'5", 280-pound Drew McIntyre. Looking for a Claymore. Samoa drop through the table. Jimmy's got a chance. Putting McIntyre in position. What a win this will be for Big Jim.
Jimmy Uso making the climb to the top.
Looking for the Uso splash. McIntyre with a chair off the face of Jimmy Uso. Jimmy's got no clue where he is. Claymore! Cover! McIntyre wins!
here is your winner, Drew McIntyre!
The scars of the no disqualification battle visible on the body of the victorious Drew McIntyre.
Well, if iron does indeed sharpen iron, the Scottish Warrior is razor sharp as we head towards Saturday night's main event. After being able to endure everything Big Jim threw his way. Boom! Claymore. Good night, Jimmy Uso. Another win for Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre warned Jimmy early on, you asked for this. You wanted this. You started the fight tonight. You asked for no disqualification, and you paid for it. And I don't believe McIntyre's done yet. Jimmy Uso's defenseless.
This is a message, loud and crystal clear,
Using the chair.
to the American Nightmare.
Punishing and torturing Big Jimmy Uso.
Go teach a lesson. I didn't do a damn thing.
I actually believe McIntyre is pleading his case to Jimmy Uso, proclaiming his innocence.
Well, the champ's had enough. Cody Rhodes rushed into the ring. And the brawl's on with McIntyre. Cody.
A week from tomorrow, these two will collide for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah, but tonight it's about a fight. Cody coming to the aid of his friend Jimmy Uso. Jimmy's hurt.
Get some water with me. Okay.
Cody has some medical help out here. Trying to help Jimmy to his feet.
Oh, but look out behind. Cody, turn around.
Claymore! McIntyre sends a message. A week from tomorrow over on Peacock. Saturday night's main event.